Crowd of boys, peace. What's good with you boys out there? Come to talk to you boys today about semen retention and freeing yourself from the mental bondage. Freeing yourself from physical bondage. Defeating your flesh. And I'm going to jump straight into this topic. One of the things we have to realize is energy. And the energy form that I will be using as an example is the Statue of Liberty. What it represents. The feminine aspect that we must get to achieve true freedom. This is energy. Do not think it's strange that a female to represent liberty, to represent freedom, was not chosen by coincidence, but for a reason, for a purpose. I'll jump deeper into this topic, explaining why a female was chosen and why Lady Liberty and the energy, the feminine energy, is very important to achieve this true freedom. If you are familiar with the Statue of Liberty that's located on the border of New York and New Jersey, here in the United States on the East Coast, gifted to the U.S. by France to represent freedom, ultimately. And freedom is the power to act as one pleases, especially from a oppressive restriction imposed by authority on one's way of life, behavior, or religious or political views. You are free from all that. And don't worry, I'll jump in further and correlate this with, semen retention, as I always do. But I want you to understand these definitions and what this freedom is and what it feels like. And if you can relate to what I'm talking about on this semen retention journey, this applies to us also, because once again, we talk about our masculine frame, our masculine traits, but we also talk about our feminine traits as men also. It's very important to be in touch with this side because this guides you to a form of freedom. When we talk about feminine aspects and feminine energy within us as men, connecting back to us by retaining our semen, we are gaining our power back. Okay? And through this process, when we do this, we are taking our power back and our freedom back. Freedom from lust, freedom from perverse thoughts. We're going to jump in deeper to Lady Liberty. And why Lady Liberty? And the first thing is, one, it was fashioned after enslaved black women. But later they said that was false. They debunked it. I wonder why. They always whitewash our history. That's why. But later they fashioned it after a Roman goddess, Libertas, meaning to liberate, and depicted her wearing the Liberty cap, which was a symbol of freedom and was worn by former slaves in ancient Rome. I wonder where they got that idea from. Two is the color green, as to why Lady Liberty. And Lady Liberty was green to actually preserve and protect the original reddish copper color from getting rusted. But this green color is very significant because this connects to the heart chakra, which is green also. Okay? This feminine energy is also connected to the sacral chakra, more so than anything else. The sacral chakra is tied to this feminine energy with the creativity, pleasure, And this is very key, emotional balance. And that same emotional balance dwells in the heart chakra, because the heart chakra is the source for deep and profound truths that cannot be expressed in words. Within this heart chakra, this can manifest as inner peace, freedom from within, inner peace, compassion, and once again, emotional balance. We always talk about how females are the emotional beings. Men, our masculine frame, our masculine energy, we dwell with more of a logical sense. We are more dwelling in logic. We want logic. Feminine energy is more emotional. So this energy, this feminine energy, brings the emotional balance. Not make you emotional. Understand these words and what I'm saying. Not being emotional, but tapping into this energy, this feminine energy, to have and gain emotional balance. This brings you freedom. Another thing is that with this feminine energy, being that these qualities are so closely tied to feminine energy, working with the sacral chakra, right? Back to the sacral chakra. This is to connect you with these qualities will also naturally enhance your feminine energy. These are natural ways. Okay? Dig this. On our semen retention journey, we are escaping from bondage. This is why, Lady Liberty, all these things are connected. We are escaping from bondage, mental slavery, and once again, the emotional side, emotional slavery. Yes, being a slave to your emotions. This is the most important part. And this is where semen retention comes in, because of the compulsive behaviors when we're under stress, when we are going through certain things in our life, and how we fall back on sex, getting pleasure. All right. Feeding the flesh, falling short. Yes, you can be in mental slavery, your thought process, not reprogramming right, relapsing. But your emotions, what are your feelings? What are you going through at that time that can bring you to that point? And if you have conquered that, if you have gotten over it, you know your emotional state. But some of us are a slave to our emotions and give in. That's why some of us relapse. We still don't know how to handle our emotions. And until we break up out of that oppression of being a slave to our emotions, letting other people also trigger us in our emotions, make us angry, make us mad, and having a emotional response towards that negativity, you are a slave to your emotions. Oh, this person did this and this. No, you have to control yourself. Due to selective programming and predictive programming. Let me say that again. Due to selective programming and predictive programming, the nature of people varies. A lot of guys out here, a lot of people in general, are slaves mentally and emotionally. But that's because of selective programming, what you subscribe to, what you watch, what you believe that are your morals based on society norms, based on what your algorithm places in front of you, based on these internet services having your information and putting things in front of your face to program you. You can be thinking of something in your mind and go on Amazon and something like that, and it'll pop up. Or ads are popping up on your phone when you are thinking about something. You think that's a coincidence. This is predictive programming. It's just in a short example. And selective programming. But being that we are on semen retention, and if you are like me, when you cut certain stuff off, your social medias, don't watch TV as much, don't watch your news as much, all right? You start to take back control of your mind's algorithm. You become more one with yourself without the distractions on your phone or all around you. So the rare occasion that one tries to disassociate with the masses or what the masses are doing, or if you are excelling at something, such as on the semen retention journey and you're on a long streak. When you are excelling at something that the masses cannot comprehend or cannot understand, these are slaves actually stuck in bondage. These are slaves that you are dwelling amongst, who don't have true freedom, and it is illusion that you are free. I'm gonna let y'all meditate on that for a minute. There is an illusion around you that you are free. You are governed by man's laws. You're not truly free. But mentally, emotionally, how you respond to things, this is what true freedom is. You are truly free when you recognize this power of being free and moving with that freedom. What do I mean by moving with that freedom? Having true free will, being free spirited. That goes back into the creativity, the feminine energy. Not doing as thy will, but understanding that as a universal being, overall, over anything else, breaking away from oppressive restrictions imposed by authority of one's way of life, behavior, or religious or political views. Religion isn't excluded from this either, because when religion tells you you have to live a certain way to to live freely, all right? That is another form of programming. You are selecting. That's selective programming. And if you have been taught religion since a young age, that programming was not even selected by you. It was selected for you. And through that programming was predictive programming, because if you can get generations to follow that selective programming, that same book through slavery that was given to our people, wars that were fought to push certain religion. When programming is forced upon you like that and generations go through it, it becomes successful as a programming because people will continue to carry it along. It's predictive programming at that point, because you can predict that if the generations keep on going with the programming that was selected for you and whitewash real history or take away and hide history from you, they can predict how you are going to be, and you are a slave under their tutelage. But jumping on the semen retention, refreshing your mind, renewing your mind, unlearning, relearning everything, you are on your way to finding freedom. Lady Liberty, holding up the torch, the fire, the desire to want freedom, true freedom. Breaking away from those norms. We must understand this energy and use this energy for good. Tap in with me when we talk about deeper topics. Go over to my Patreon. Once again, this is an ad break. Go on to my Patreon, patreon.com/crowdofboyz. Subscribe to the content. It's deeper content over there. I plan to also create more content going deeper into this topic and chakras. If you want to reach out and do a personal consultation, crowdofboyz@gmail.com. Reach out to me if anything you want to talk about. I just had a consultation a couple days ago Everything is confidential. I will not put out your business or what we're talking about unless I have your consent. If it's something really that, I don't want to talk to you and make content based off of you in our consultations. I don't do that. So I want you to come and feel comfortable. I will not use you as content creation, especially if we get really personal things that you reveal about yourself. Also, ways to donate to the channel. As you know, the super thanks, the Cashapp will all be in the description. The tabs are on these audios. I didn't say in the beginning, but I need you guys to like the content, comment, share. How's your journey going? I plan to address some trolls out there also, but I don't have the time for you right now because this information is too important and needs to get out. You dig? I haven't dropped some content on YouTube in a couple days. Took a little break, setting up this Patreon. So I'll get to you when I get to you. You're not that important. You dig? But understand, I am free. Free will, free spirited. Nothing you guys can do by typing your fingers away can shake me. I don't subscribe to what you guys subscribe to. I'll be sure to catch you guys on the next one, give you more updates. I hope this content benefits you, helps you. Once again, I appreciate all my subscribers. If you're new, welcome. If you made it to this point, I know it's the end of the audio, but I needed to get this topic out, get this information out, and helping you guys get in touch with your feminine side, tap into that feminine energy. It's very beneficial. It's a benefit that's not talked about. Guys like to talk about the female attraction being a benefit, the good looks being a benefit, but let's talk more about energy and balance, true benefits, spiritual healing. You dig? With that said, my boys, as always, with love and peace.